Hey, Ty here, so welcome to the Haptics channel. So shooters are one of the best genre to translate in VR, to show the real potential, reloading guns, taking cover, but sometimes we want just more precision, that's why we use Gunstocks for it. And sometimes we also want more immersion, that's why ProTube VR created this, the ForceTube, an accessory to actually feel the recoil in VR. Is it any good? Well, let's discover it together in this video. And also, let's talk about the grips. Let's get into it. But first of all, this video is sponsored by Royal Archer VR that you can find in the description below. Royal Archer VR is a tower defense VR game, of course using your bow, that adds to the strategic genre, allowing you to summon magic, traps and units. Each unit has different perks like range, defense, attack and speed, and traps can be set on an enemy way to block the roads and of course cause damage. Magic causes strong damage, freezes enemies and carries out sustained attack over a wide range. You can set up 6 cards for each deck, unit, trap and magic, and play with the strategy that you want. Mana is needed to use the deck, but it will recover naturally or if the enemy is defeated. Things can change during gameplay, like a use unlimited error or a change in amount of the recovery of the mana. Playing you're gonna get coins, and with the coins you're gonna make your arrows better and more powerful, or add special abilities. Royal Archer VR is gonna launch with a 40% discount for 7 days after launch on December 16, so check them out on Steam in the description below. Alright, here we are. So first of all, I want to talk about these. These are the grips directly from ProTube VR. And I have to say that it's a great accessories for the price. These are gonna go for $20, and you already know, if you follow the channel, how much I love this kind of stuff. Because, of course, they keep your controllers in position all the time while playing, so you don't really need to grab them all the time, and at the same time they make the immersion much better, because when you want to grab something, well, you don't have, of course, to already grab the controller, just click a button, but you actually grab completely the controller and you grab the object in VR. So it's a win-win situation that makes the immersion much better. So they're great by themselves, but are even more needed when we're talking about Gunstocks. Of course, at this point we have to talk about the ForceTube VR, the Gunstock with feedback from ProTube VR. Now, what is particular about this? Well, we usually use Gunstocks to make our aim much better in shooter games, because nothing moves, you know your position, and then you can kind of create a muscle memory instead of having your hands going left and right like this without any sense. Pretty much everyone who plays shooters competitively, well, they use a Gunstock because it makes everything much easier, aiming much easier. But sometimes, as we said, we also want more immersion. That's why ProTube created the ForceTube over here. So this is a module for the ProTube Gunstocks, of course, that you can get to get the feeling of recoil, of course, in VR. And by the way, the ProTube is available for every headset out there, so you just get the cups that hold your controller for the Valve Index, for example, for the G2, for the Quest, for the Rift S, and stuff like that. So every controller is actually supported and everything is there in the store. You can actually like change colors and stuff like that. That is also pretty cool. But how does it work? Well, there's a kicker on the back that's gonna go back and forth, and of course it's gonna kick your shoulder directly, so you're gonna feel every shot that comes out from your virtual gun. And of course the feedback is different, depends on the gun they're shooting, the rate of fire and stuff like that. But what's inside here? Well, there's a lot of stuff in this little unit. Well, first of all, we have, of course, the piston that is gonna move the kicker up and down. Then we have a rumble because, well, we're talking about video games, so of course we need a rumble to compensate, of course, for the speed of the guns. And of course we have a battery inside that is around 4 or 6 hours of battery life while using it, actually while rambling, and the Bluetooth module for the connection with your PC and of course your Oculus Quest, because this can be connected directly with the Oculus Quest without any additional software. You just have to go in settings, experimental features, then in Bluetooth, and pair it directly like you do with every different Bluetooth device. Once you're connected, you start your games and you're ready to go. Now, what games are supported over here? Right now we have Onward, that is one of the best and the most professional, let's say, shooters in VR. And also we have the Contractors, that, to be honest, is my favorite shooter game. Those games are in the official Oculus Store and they support directly the ProTube with the ForceTube over here. You just go in settings, enable it, and well, you're done. But if you're familiar with the side quest, so side loading apps, there are also another application that is very, very famous also on PC VR that completely supports the ForceTube, and of course we're talking about Pavlov VR. If instead you're playing PC VR, where we have many more games supported, and at the same time it arrives with a little dongle, so you can connect it directly on your PC, even if your PC doesn't have Bluetooth. In that case though, you're gonna need a software to enable it. It's pretty easy, so it doesn't really need any introduction. You just start the software and you're ready to go. But now, how does it work? How is the experience? Well, I have to say that it's very, very fun. I tried on PC, of course, and everything works very, very well, and also tried on the Oculus Quest 2, because I really wanted to try a direct experience without having, of course, to go through different softwares. That everything, as I said, was very straightforward. I would say that it's already a must that we have Gunstock when you play Onward or when you play Contractor, because it makes the experience so much better. And having also the rumble and the feeling, the feedback of the recoil in VR, it's very, very fun. Now, the kick, of course, is not the kick of a real gun. It's not gonna hurt your shoulder, but you have enough feedback to actually make it feel kind of more real. When you play, you're in VR, and of course, all you see is your map or your enemies and stuff like that. Now, the nice thing that every gun feels actually different. So if you use a sniper rifle, when it's gonna be a big kick and then a little rumble after, or if you use an assault rifle where it's gonna be continuous kicking, so it's really gonna feel like a powerful gun. If you use an SMG, for example, you're gonna have a little more rumble behind and not as strong as the kicking. And if you use a very big gun, well, everything comes together and well, yes, you can feel it. The only thing that makes it a little more complicated to use is actually though the weight, because it's all distributed, of course, in the back. So when you actually use it as a gun that you aim down, it's not really a problem because you push on your shoulder. But in the moments where you're gunned down, or maybe you're there to switch to like a pistol or a grenade or stuff like that, well, you really start to feel the weight there. And well, after an hour and a half, well, your right arm really start to feel it. Or if you're lefty, of course, your left arm. And also the ForceTube can get pretty loud. So if you're in chat with some people, well, they might hear like the kicking of the ProTube all the time that you actually fire it. So in some cases, I actually had people asking me to, hey, can you turn it down so we can actually hear each other by playing? It's a great thing for immersion for yourself, but it could be a little annoying if you are in chat with some others. But overall, what do I think about it? Well, I have to say that it's very, very fun. It's very nice that you can personalize it and customize it as you want. You can use different colors and make it more personal. But at the same time, this thing, it can be a little expensive because at the end of the day, it's more expensive than the Oculus Quest 2. And what I suggest to everyone playing VR shooters to actually get the Gunstock, because it makes their experience much better. It's a little harder to suggest something like this because the price is a little high, of course. But if VR shooters are your thing and you want more immersion, well, this thing could be the right one for you. For sure, adds a lot to the experience. Again, it's like shooting a real gun. No, but well, if there's something that can get close to it, it can be this. So yeah, if you want to make your experience better, I will start for sure with the grips, then I will get to a Gunstock, and then after the Gunstock, well, if it's not enough for you, this is a great addition that makes everything feels much more immersive than before. But here you have it, guys. Let me know what you think about it in the comment below. Would you consider something like this for your PC VR or your Quest experience? Let me know in the comment below. And as always, guys, if you liked the video, like. If you didn't like the video, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more of VR tech. And if you really love the channel, the join button down there. A little down further, also the Patreon, prior access to videos. And at the same time, we have t-shirt, sticker, and mask 2020 item number 1. But for now is all. So again, like, dislike, subscribe. I see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.